All right, my friends, my name is Jack Billings, CEO and founder of Shed Knives, and today we're going into CEO school. So before I get into all the fine details, this is the knife that has been grabbing my attention today. This is a 2025 Shed Knives Tuatara, beautiful Coyote Tan G10 scales, 154 cm blade. Check that thing out. Saber grind, flat grind, and it's a tank of a knife. Check that out. Beautiful, beautiful. I've literally got 3 of them over here. So there's another. Let's see, we'll have a double knife. So knives like the Tuatara just absolutely capture my attention and my just desire to head out into the field. So anyways, these 3 knives are available right now on shedknives.com if you guys want to check them out. So even if you just want to look at the photos, they are there. So I did some posts today on these, just fantastic knives. So just wanted to show you guys that today because after all, this is a knife channel. So I feel like I owe you guys some knives. So with that said, my friends, let's get into CEO school. I bet a lot of my subscribers here on Shed Knives were wondering, Jack, what the heck, CEO school, what does that mean? So basically, I have been a part of a CEO school, this group of business owners, group of entrepreneurs, investors, etc. People who make their money work for them, essentially. I've been a part of this group since I was like 16, I think, and honestly, I was like member number 1 of this particular group. So the lead guy, his name's Dave. You can go check out his channel. Put some links down below for you guys so you can go check out Dave's videos. The one he's most active on right now is Piper Dave, and so that's his pipe and tobacco channel, but he also goes into a lot of the CEO stuff down in the description, so you can check that out. And then the other one I'm gonna put a link to is DHR Street Speed. That's his channel he ran a few years ago, and that has some of the videos that I first watched when I first joined this program. So Dave has been doing mentorship, business mentorship before I got there, but we really started to dive into more details and just kept growing and growing and growing because honestly, it's not a very easy thing and a lot of people just break off. So with this group particularly, other people started to join, started inviting, and it's grown to a fairly good sized group. So we're considering adding more people. Just, it's a nice size right now. So I mention this because this has been such a driving factor to the growth of Shed Knives. And when I'm on YouTube and I see other knife companies and I'm trying to learn from them, they don't tell you anything. They just tell you, we got a knife, guys. Don't know how it got here. Got it from China. That's what they do. At Shed Knives, I like to tell you about the knife, obviously, and then I like to show you me making it here in the shop, obviously. But then another thing that isn't so obvious is, well, how did all this come to be? Why do I have these systems? Why do I have this many models? Why, like, kind of why? Why do I do it this way? And hopefully some of you guys can take some of this knowledge today and be able to implement it into your own lives. And if you do have a business, I'm sure some of this will be either relatable or eye-opening. Basically, at these sessions, at these mentorship sessions, the goal is to grow the business. How can we do better as a company? How can we do better as a person? So there is the business improvement side, but then there's also the self-improvement side. The let's make ourselves good. Let's equip ourselves with lots of skills to be better people. And that is honestly what Shed Knives is about. It's beyond the knife. The knife is great. A lot of companies make really good knives, but at Shed Knives, it's really about what surrounds the knife. So, and I noticed that's a lot of things in my personal life. It's not necessarily about, for this example, the knife itself. It's about the community you now become a part of with the knife. So how do we do this? How does this work? Because there's so many people who talk about business, but it's all talk, no action. Let me tell you this, guys. If you don't do the work, if you don't do what you say you're going to do, goodbye. You're not allowed to stay. And there was actually 1 year, it was very close to 1 year, maybe like 11 months or something, that I got kicked out because I missed one thing and I was not able to continue. So I had to prove that I was able and capable to come back and do exactly what I say. And so far, this entire year, we're headed into the 4th month of the year. So far, this is the best performance we've had so far, and the biggest item for me is literally just keeping that up. Don't slow down, keep that up. So anyways, here's what we do. We have agendas of the meetings, so that way we stay on topic, just like I use sometimes for my videos, so I stay on topic. And the second thing is we submit our numbers, our spreadsheets. How much did we make, how much did we spend, and what's left over. And we also do financial forecast as well, basically projecting what the future may look like from past performance. And these are all things you guys can do, and I encourage you to run your numbers. Go take a look at your checking account or whatever you use to spend money. Most of us, it's going to be a checking account. Go look. What were your deposits? What were your withdrawals? And what were the withdrawals going to? Did you spend $900 this month on Burger King? Maybe you did. Did you spend $50 on your gym membership? Maybe you did. Who knows? You know, and your checking account knows best. So go look at it. And why do this? Well, this is something you can do to either figure out, wow, I'm not where I want to be. I need to change something. I need to stop eating at Burger King and McDonald's every day. And I can put that into things that make me better as a person or make my family better. So you can look at that. And even if you don't change anything, it's at least good to be educated, to understand, yes, I have this many subscriptions, I spend my money in these particular ways, and so that way you don't have many surprises. And the big thing we want to avoid here is unpleasant surprises. It's fantastic to have a month of sales or a video, for example, that gets 20, 50, 100,000 views. That's really nice. That's a pleasant surprise. However, the things that I don't want to have is, for example, electric bill. The electric bill just appears one month. Well, no, it doesn't appear one month. I know, I pay it at the end of every month. So that's not a surprise. But if you don't know those things, life will throw you surprises. And really, you just want to have headlights. We call it headlights. Think about driving at night. The brighter your headlights are, the farther down the road you can see. And that's what we want in our finances. And that's what being a good person is about. Being able to see, yes, this is a problem approaching. Or my oil change for my vehicle is in 6 months. Now it's in 5 months. Now it's in 4. Oh, it's next week. Oh, it was yesterday. I missed it. These are things that a lot of people miss. And it's very possible that quite a few of you miss these things. And I'm not attacking you guys. It's simply a fact. And that's another thing we talk about. Not attacking your character, I'm attacking the fact. And this is something we do to help change that. And if you want to live like that, that's fine. That's okay. You just need to accept it. And we'll accept it too. Just, you need to understand there's 2 types of consequences in life. There's consequences for bad actions and there's consequences for good actions. You can have good results, you can have bad results. Pick which side you want to be on. And personally, at least for the shed knives enthusiast, if you carry one of these knives, you want to be on the good side of these consequences of actions you make. So there's good and bad consequences. Most people think it's just bad, but no, there's a result to everything you do or don't do. There's always a result. So these agendas we submit are very, very packed with detail, and honestly, they're not super long. I would say I have the longest one of the group simply because there's so much going on here, like selling to dealers, getting knives out to influencers, making knives, doing my marketing. These are all really big things, and I would say one of the hardest businesses to run is a manufacturer and really a business to consumer. or manufacture to consumer, because you have to make the stuff, but then you also have to sell it. Where a lot of times you're offloading the product at a wholesale rate to distributors and dealers, and they're dealing with the sales side. No, Shed Knives does do a little bit of that, but primarily it's really all direct to you. And that is a very tough thing to run. And I am very appreciative of the opportunity to be running one of the most difficult types of businesses to run. So, and I know somebody's gonna say, oh, well, stock brokerages are different. Really? Are they different though? Because at the end of the day, most businesses run the same. Money in, some money out, keep the rest. At the end of the day, that's what a business is. That's what a good business is. So that's that. Now, I'm sure we all know that, what a business is, but what is Shed Knives? What's the common objective here? Well, the common objective is for me to make a positive impact on as many people as possible with this knife. Maybe not the Tuatara exactly, but maybe another knife from Shed Knives. Everything you see from Shed Knives, I want it to have a positive impact on your life, so that way you can just do better. There's so many brands I see, and I won't name them in this video. I'm gonna hold myself on this one. There's so many brands that just focus on 10% off, 5% off, new stock, low stock, buy today, sell the, it's like I live on Wall Street getting their emails, getting their social media posts. It provides zero value, and actually it's a nuisance. So I don't want to be that guy. And that's why I'm very in tune with what you guys want from Shed Knives, because if I ever get that, like, Jack, you're doing a little too less of what we want, or you're doing too much of this, tell me. And you guys have been very, very, how do I say this, able to communicate with me. And I think that's amazing, because I can do the same with you. So anyways, guys, let's get back to this here. I'm drifting off. So, CEO school. Most knife companies I see are absolutely lost. And these are not knife dealers. Obviously, there's some in there. But knife companies, knife manufacturers, Buck Knives, Essie Knives, Tops Knives, like that type of business. Not saying them particularly, just a knife manufacturer. So many of them I see are lost. And we actually talked about this at the meeting. I have so many people that email me and ask me questions, and it's about, should I start a knife business? I'm so passionate. I'm passionate. I feel good around knives. There's good juju around knives, and I think I can do what you're doing. And maybe you can. Wonderful. And if you can, I applaud you, because it's a lot of effort. However, I tell these people, and I was joking about it, I said I tell every single person who asks me, should I start a knife business, because I like knives too. I say, if you want to kill a passion for knives, start a knife business, because give it a bit of time. When you need to make X amount of knives per day, when you need to sell X amount of knives per day, when you have X amount of bills to pay, when you have to place steel orders and G10 orders every few days, every few weeks, whatever the schedule is, once you get into this very like mind-numbing routine, it becomes less fun. And a lot of people, a lot of knife people specifically, I'm calling out the handmade world, a lot of them are stuck in this loop of fun, this fun loop. It's like they gauge themselves on a daily basis of how happy am I? Did I have a good time today? I did. Okay, well if I feel like I'm gonna have a good day tomorrow, maybe I'll do it again. Success and results do not come from maybes, and they don't come from should haves, could haves, I might, I could, they dids. If you want to run a good thing, if you want to have a good life, you don't run your life on maybes. I might feel good tomorrow, so I might do it tomorrow. I don't know. I might give up tomorrow. A lot of them end up giving up because they can't stand the heat. And I love the quote, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. And I use that as often as possible because there's so many people who step in to the kitchen and here I am cooking away, flipping burgers. I'm Chef Gordon Ramsay here. And they can't stand the heat, so get out of the kitchen. Stop complaining and get to work. That's the general message, guys. Stop complaining and get to work. And one of the key things we discussed in this past meeting, which one of the guys was having a tough time with, was distractions. And there's so many distractions out there. One of the guys was having an issue with distractions. And it wasn't necessarily he was having an issue, he was just noting it might be a potential issue moving down the road. And I was on the complete other side of the fence. He's moving into this like cloud of distractions and I'm moving far from it. And what are some of those distractions? Well, I looked at my screen time on my phone and I figured out how many times or how many hours I spend on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and Pinterest and whatever else. And I just took all those apps, delete, got rid of it. And I just put all the passwords and accounts on my computer. So that way, if I really need to get in and check a message or whatever, I go do that on the computer. And let me tell you, scrolling on, as my mom calls, my 1990s or 1980s mouse, she says you need to get a Bluetooth one. Scrolling on my plug-in USB mouse through Instagram Reels is definitely not as fun as scrolling on my phone here. So I got rid of it because at the end of the day, it was keeping me from doing stuff like this and doing more of it. So I thought if that does not contribute, actually, let me step back for a second. I thought this was my common objective here. If whatever I am doing does not contribute to selling knives, number one, and making knives and lifting weights at the gym, if whatever I'm doing does not contribute to those three, get it out of my life. I do not need it. And that's exactly what I've done. So that's why you've seen more from Shed Knives recently, because guys, I cut a ton of stuff and it wasn't like bad. It's not like I was doing heroin down the street or something. These are all things we all just kind of do. It's today's society. When you have a dopamine brick right here that you carry around all day, it's kind of easy to get distracted when you have those things downloaded. So I just thought, let me get rid of it. And the business stuff I keep, of course, but not on my phone, because you can easily get pulled into other videos. So I just keep all that stuff on my computer. I get in, I work, I reply to your comments, and it works fantastic. And it keeps me focused on what I'm trying to do. And in the knife world, I see so many people. Just go to Blade Show. Go to Blade Show and you'll see it. You see it more now than years before, at least from what I'm told. You see how just lost these people are. And it's not entirely bad, I would say. And I'm hesitant saying that, at least from my perspective of life, my lens I look through. It's not necessarily bad that these people are distracted, but I just see, man, you could be the next Tops Knives, whatever. You could be the next Victorinox. You could be the next this, that, and the other. But there you are doing 4 knives a year. Disappointing. And there's always an excuse. We call it the excuse wall. Stop putting bricks in your excuse wall and start putting bricks on your wall of action. Why do we need to build an excuse wall? And one thing I like to say is the table of excuses is full, but the table of reasons to work and act are few and far in between. And most people pull from the buffet. Oh, I was tired today, loaded on my plate. Oh, I had an appointment, loaded on my plate. Oh, my friend called. I haven't seen him or her in a long time. Oh, my family's in town. These are all great excuses, but fast forward 10, 15, even 1 year, fast forward, you're not going anywhere. And this is a very different video than most of my other videos, but this is something I really see that people are lacking, and it's disappointing. I see the potential, and I've mentored a few other people in the knife world, and they end up leaving. And it's not because my tactics are bad. If they were bad, they wouldn't be working. They work so well, it's just they're a little bit too simple that people have a hard time just grasping it. Like, think about how many hours you actually work per day, and think about how many hours you dedicate to things that are not work. And work can be your family. Like, for example, maybe there's a mom, a stay-at-home mom watching this video. Her work is her kids and her family. It doesn't have to be building a $1 trillion company. So you define the word work. What is work to you? Is work your job? Is work your knife business? Is work raising your kids? Define work. You figure that out for yourself. But the same rule applies. What is keeping you away from what you are trying to achieve? What's the big goal? And anything that doesn't align with that and doesn't bring you closer to it, why do you have it in your life? And going back to the guy who said, like, I'm starting to go down this route, and it's nice, and I love to go out, and I have a good time, and I meet new people, and I have friends, and it's nice, and it's a nice break and stuff. It's like, great, maybe it works for you. And you know what? It might. But at least for me, I'll tell you, I have a hard time going from a fun time and yay, we're giddy, we're excited, woo! I have a hard time going from that to in the gulag making knives, and it's hot or it's cold. I mean, you saw me in jackets all of January and February. It's freezing cold, and now it's getting freaking hot. So that's not fun, and that's okay, because I don't need fun to be able to perform. I don't need fun to be able to go accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish. So there's a lot of things that I do that people are like, oh my gosh, like that's a little rough, don't you think? Yes, it is rough. The fun in my life I have is work. That is what I do. I have, and I'm still trying to, get rid of as many things in my life that are not work. So that way, the most fun and exciting thing, kill that chicken. The most fun and exciting thing in my life is work. And I can see the comments typing right now. Jack, that's unhealthy. Jack, you need fun. Jack, you need a break. Jack, all this stuff. But I'll tell you guys this, I have done that. I have taken a break. And I gotta say, I feel guilty taking a break. It does not align with me, Jack Billings, CEO and founder of Shed Knives, and CEO and founder of my life, okay? It doesn't work for me. At least not in the stage. Not for this year, not for this day, this week, whatever. Doesn't work. And you'll see the results. You don't listen to my words, great, whatever. Look at the results. Look at the results. I am a first generation knife maker who started in a shed. Parents didn't run a business. Both my parents worked in the Air Force. And actually, shout out to my dad, who's probably watching this video, actually retired last Friday after 40 years of service to the Air Force. 20 years active duty, 20 years as a civilian. Fantastic career. And I'm very proud of you. So, to my dad, so very proud of you. My parents did not run businesses. That's okay, there's nothing wrong with it. I think I have nice parents, very good parents actually. And so I'm telling you this because a lot of people, they're third and fourth generation knife makers, and they're doing less than me. And it's like, how are you gonna let a 20-year-old outperform you? First generation 20-year-old outperform you. How are you gonna let that happen? So it's a little sad to see that, but at least for me, it's like, you know what? We're building a solid community, and who cares that first generation knife maker, this, that, and the other? We're building a team. We're building a community. of like-minded knife and outdoor enthusiasts who are here to get stuff done and who are here to improve. And that's what matters. What I'll tell you I'm not here to do is be part of the freak show who sits behind the chair. I'm in a chair right now. Who sits behind the camera and talks and yup, life is tough. Have a break. Yeah, have a break. Have a break. Please enjoy the break, because the Shed Knives team, we're just gonna fly right past you. So, and you know what? We need people to have breaks, because not everybody can be a winner. Not everybody can be a loser either. And if you want to be part of Shed Knives, if you want to be part of a winning team, hey, join the movement. There's nothing wrong with that. And actually, I encourage you to do that because I like being surrounded with like-minded individuals, like-minded winners, that is. And that's why I go to the CEO school. So, guys, this has been a fantastic video. And I appreciate you guys watching today. This is definitely a very different side of Jack, a very different side of Shed Knives. Because, guys, I'll tell you, and who knows, here we go. Another 10 minutes in the video. Here we go. Running a business, if you want to do it right, it's really not this this Instagram fun looking thing, like the morning routine of woo, like I don't know. There's a chicken again. Neighbors have free range chickens for anyone wondering. So back to it though. Running an actual productive company, it's not some glamorous thing. And another thing Dave has told us in the group is success is not glamorous, and the path to success especially is not glamorous. It's not this this flashy thing of woo, we're showing up in the Lambo, going to do our morning routine, to do our ice bath, to do our whatever, and it's like you have this 5-hour morning routine, and guess what? You still didn't do anything. Where you've got me waking up at 4 a.m., putting on my work shirt, and my 511 pants, and my military boots, and I'm out here working at 4:30. Not glamorous, guys. I'll tell you that. Not glamorous. And I was talking to Atlantic Knife the other day on a podcast. There's a podcast with them dropping here soon. Hint, hint. And they were very curious with Shed Knives, and not necessarily the knife side of it, but kind of sparked this video here a bit between the meeting and the podcast. And they were saying this is very different. What exactly do you do? Because I mean, I get it. A lot of people in the knife world are used to normal knife people, and I would consider myself not a normal knife person, okay, from at least a work side of things. And they started asking questions and whatever, and they said man, what? It was a little bit confusing, and confusing is not even the best word for this, but it was just a bit of wow. And the guy C from Atlantic Knife, he's like, Jack, if you keep this up, there's no way you're not going to be successful. There's no way. And it was very true. I didn't really think about it that way, but it's yeah, up at 4 to work at 4:30. I have my breakfast there, do my morning reading, all that. Work to 4:30. Take a little pause at 9. I get hungry a lot. Hit the gym, work out. So at 9, I have a little snack. 9:15, 9:30, and back at it, doing this. It's currently 11:06 a.m. Post a video, noon, have a little bite to eat, start making knives all afternoon, boom. By, what about 4:45, 5 p.m., head to the gym. I'm lifting iron, I'm pumping weights, getting strong, getting big, looking good. And then when I come back, what's that? About 6:30, have some dinner, clean up, and then 7, back to work on the computer until about 9 p.m. and then I go right to sleep. And guess what, guys? I do it again the next day. So, and just for anyone curious, my weekends are, I would say, kind of half days. Saturday, I end at about noon. So take my schedule and just chop it off at noon. And then Sunday, I turn it right back on again at, what, about 7 or so. And I thought, I was discussing this at the meeting, I was like, I have a hard time kind of getting back into the groove of things. So really that's why I take the Sunday evening. Like that Sunday evening is a really hard adjustment back to reality, I'll tell you that. And reality of working this long. And I thought, why don't I just keep my Saturday full schedule? So then I just have a little break Sunday morning, go to church, and have a little pause, and then I get back to it. So that way the rhythm is still there. So, and again, I can hear it now, and I bet there's quite a few people who have stopped watching now, but have already commented this. I can see it now. Jack, take a break. And please don't say that. I don't mind if you do, I don't care, but it's not needed. Jack, take a break, because I hear it from friends and family. Jack, you're working too much, take a break, take a break, take a break. Don't need a break. I need to work more. So that's really what it is, and that's why a lot of people believe in Shed Knives, because I do what I say, and I tell you guys what I'm doing. It's not full of hopes and dreams. I'm out here giving you guys results and things I've done. There's a very big difference. So obviously I do tell you guys about things I want to do and things I'm interested in doing, but it's not loose conversation. So anyways, this has been a very, like I said, second outro of the video. It's been a very different video compared to most of the other ones, and who knows, we may jump into an unboxing tomorrow, who knows. You know I always keep you guys surprised. So anyways, this has been it. Let me know, what do you think of this video? Comment down below. If you have a question, comment as well. I always love to hear your questions, comments, suggestions, and who knows, maybe for this video, concerns. So anyways guys, if you like knives, like the Tuataras here, there's 3 of them. Oh, it doesn't even look like I'm holding 3, but oh, check out the Tuatara. Boom, 3 of them. If you like knives like the Tuatara, go check them out on shedknives.com. I have these 3 colors available, ready to ship. And it's not just ready to ship, ships within 24 hours, really same day shipping at this point. And you get to join the movement of Shed Knives enthusiasts, of people literally all around the world carrying shed knives, and people who carry them every single day. And that's amazing. So when you get this thing, when you do the unboxing yourself, and hey, do a video on it, I'd love to see it online. When you unbox this, when you pick this up and you put it on your belt, or you throw it in your pocket, in your backpack, wherever you're going to use this thing, when you use it for the first time, it's like, yeah, I'm part of the movement. I'm part of Shed Knives. It's not like when you buy an Essie or you buy Tops Knives, it's like, yeah, I got a cool knife. Woo! It's, no, I got a knife from Shed Knives. There's a huge difference, guys. So this has been a pretty raw, uncut, unfiltered, text, no text popping up, photos, whatever. Just me, you, and the camera. And it's been a blast, my friends. So thank you all for watching. My name is Jack Billings, CEO and founder of Shed Knives. And hey, if you like knife videos, or if you like videos like this, and if you want to help me keep the lights on, go ahead, hit the like, and hit the subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Again, my name is Jack, I make knives, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's make it a great day.